To continue on hockey, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people always ask questions about hockey and how this works. So, for those who might not know, tell us about like how does this fighting thing happen in hockey, and were you a part of any, or did you get to witness anything good throughout your time?
I've witnessed so many crazy things with fighting. Uh, you know what? It's so funny because we were just talking about this the other day. We are talking about you know how you put hockey sticks in two guys' hands and they want to beat the crap out of each other, but after the game they'll be sitting next to each other at the bar and
I was to say,
they won't even mention the fact that they just fought out there. It's that competitiveness you get out there and tempers just flare, the emotions get going, the testosterone, I don't know what you want to call it, it just gets to that point and fights happen. And when you hear people say it's just part of the game, it really is. It's not. There's no bitterness in it. It's just the competitiveness of the guys in the game. And I hate the fact that we're trying to take it out of the game because so much of it just happens. It really does just happen. And there's so many stories behind it that it's one of those things where why are you trying to take out a piece of the tradition that made this game what it is and what's great about it? And I'm sure Darren McCarty DMAC would probably say the same thing.
that's right. So what, out of curiosity, what would you say to the people then who say it's to make the game safer? Do you think it actually does that, or do you think that's just kind of BS because we've been doing this forever? And
You know what? This game, how do you make this game safer? It's one of the fastest games in the world. It's
right,
played on ice with these metal blades that could cut glass, that could cut right through you. Um, and the guys are bigger, stronger, and faster than they've ever been now. The equipment's lighter. The equipment's better than it's ever been. These guys are faster and better shape. Uh,
it's a
there's
gladiator.
going to be high speed contact. It's irrelevant. I guarantee you there's been more injuries from guys getting hit with their head down or in the head by a guy who's not trying to hurt them, but just hitting them clean than there has been in fights. So I don't know if
That
fighting
makes
is going to make it different.
that absolutely makes sense to me. I wasn't, I don't disagree with you. I just, that's obviously what they're gonna. It's kind of like the football thing. Like they make a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of rules in football today to make the game safer, but then I watch games on Saturdays and Sundays where I'm like, there's a huge gray area. What's good? What's okay? What's not? And also, there's a lot of plays where this is actually not making the game any safer.
but
So no, I feel the same way about football as you do about hockey, to be
but
honest.
like think of football too. Like how many times have they tried to change that helmet to make it concussion proof
Right.
and safer for concussions and everything else, right? You're trying to take that out of the game. Well, unfortunately, the problem with the game is everyone's just bigger, faster, and stronger than they were that
Right.
long ago, and everything's happening at a higher pace, higher speed out there, and
Yep.
when you see that's when injuries do happen.
No, I definitely agree with you 1,000% on that. So here's we always do like a kind of we call it our barbershop conversation. When you go into a barbershop, it's always just a bunch of guys talking
Yeah.
sports, right? Talking maybe a little politics mixed in, some sports, sharing some stories about the week. But and I had this conversation on Facebook